There are some folks who have given a lot to the music community, and some have been in it their entire lives, and for that we are honoring some tonight with Lifetime Achievement Awards. We begin tonight with Greg Austin. The quote on the side of a special commissioned bourbon release of Old Forester in 2018 reads, "Greg Austin is a country music icon and the namesake of Austin City Saloon. Greg Austin is a name that goes with live music like Kentucky goes with bourbon." On December 11, 1981, it was opening night for Austin City Saloon, a bar purchased by Greg's four friends, playing off Greg's name in the TV show Austin City Limits. The bar would later serve as home base for the Greg Austin Band and give birth to such careers as John Michael Montgomery and Montgomery Gentry. In 1987, the Greg Austin Band 6 was released and featured Somewhere in Kentucky, written by Greg Austin and NBC Sports' own Kenny Rice. The song had a great deal of national airplay and continues to be a sentimental, timeless fan favorite to this day, and the band appeared on several national TV shows. Greg now performs regularly in Lexington, including every Monday evening at the Twisted Court. Where he delights the new and old crowds alike with a level of professionalism and entertainment that is still of the highest musical quality than ever before. He is considered to be a mentor and inspiration to many young local artists like Grayson Jenkins, Garrett Howell, and Avery Crabtree, who've even recorded the music of Greg Austin on their own CDs. Ladies and gentlemen, a Lifetime Achievement Award for Greg Austin.
This journey started for me in the 60s when Doug Flynn and Mark Dennis and Paul Settles, we'd get a big bottle of ginger ale and start singing songs. I knew 3 chords and Paul knew 4, so we had to have Paul. But thank my wife and everybody here, especially the people. I've been in recovery for 11 years, and I want to thank all the AA people for being here. John T, are you in the house? John T? No. Thank y'all really much.
Award is William Harry Clarke. He retired as a professor in the University of Kentucky School of Music in 2011 after 43 years of service there. He was the director of bands for 21 of those years, beginning in 1968. In 1989, he was appointed as the director of the School of Music until he stepped down from that position in 2003. Now, from that year to his retirement in 2011, he continued to teach instrumental music education and served as director of student teaching in music. It was work that he had done for most of his 43 years at UK. Clarke received a bachelor's degree in music education from Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi in 1959, and a master's in music education from George Peabody College for teachers at Vanderbilt in 1963. While at Peabody, he served as assistant director of bands at Vanderbilt. He also taught in high schools in Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky, and for a couple of years at Eastern Kentucky University's Model Laboratory School. He pursued doctoral work in music education at the University of Kentucky for 3 years prior to his appointment as director of bands. And then finally, in 2012, he was awarded the Distinguished Service Award by the Kentucky Music Education Association. So without further ado, we want to bring up our next Lifetime Achievement Award winner, William Harry Clarke. Yeah.
Well, you know, lifetime achievement, particularly when you're a teacher. That's what I've been all my life, pretty much. And you can't succeed in life in music, particularly music education and bands and all that, without the people that you've taught. And I think the thousands of people I've taught at UK and high schools, they're the reason that I've had some degree of success. And also those wonderful faculty members at UK that I was so fortunate to lead. And I appreciate everybody who's come here tonight to honor music. What a wonderful thing. Hey, great band, you guys. Really good. You would know me kind of as a classical musician, but I'm really jealous of these guys. I wish I could do that. Thanks, everybody.
Our next Lifetime Achievement Award is Jerrod Figgs. St. Jerrod Figgs unfortunately passed away on July 30th following a brief battle with pancreatic cancer. He was only 53. An artist of boundless and inexhaustible spirit, Figgs has become a father figure of sorts to Lexington artists and audiences alike through the decades. Figgs knew the ropes of the local music scene from a steady stream of bands he fronted for over 30 years. Some were possessed with a punkish, metal-esque immediacy, bored and dangerous. Others were pure party vehicles, the long-running G-Funk All-Stars. And one was, in fact, a mashup of all that, Groovezilla, which paved the way for the larger, more streamlined G-Funk. More recently, his interests ran to more of the reggae-fied grooves of the Rudies, Kale Creek, Dove Collective, and Sonny Shiva. He emphasized how essential band spirit was to the process of making music, either live or in the studio. That's where the warmth enters, in that you sense whenever you ran into Figgs. Quote, it's a friendship thing. It's a camaraderie thing. It's about making music and not sweating it, end quote. A Lifetime Achievement Award for Jerrod Figgs.
What can I say about Jerrod? My heart, it hurts right now. A lot of years, just jamming and jamming and jamming and jamming till the jam is through, you know? So it was so quick. I mean, it was so quick, we just jammed. In March, he was gone, just like that. Excuse me. Thank you. On behalf of my big brother.
All right, we'll get to our next Lifetime Achievement Award, Carroll Hall. Educated at Ashland High School and securing a BA from Moorhead and a master's from UK, Hall taught in Carlisle, Nicholasville, and Versailles. He holds a lifetime teaching certificate and a lifetime member of the American Federation of Musicians. Mr. Hall has spent over 40 years at Hearst Music, providing instruments, repairs, and supplies to generations of students. A member of the 493rd Army Band, Mr. Hall went to a performance career spanning 70 years as a journeyman trombonist, vocalist, and band leader, touring with numerous groups and playing countless gigs in a myriad of styles. You can continue to find Carroll Hall at Hearst Music right here in Lexington. Mr. Hall.
I'm not verbose. The beautiful part of music, no matter what phase of it you're in, and all music's good if it's done well. The beautiful part of music is you can take it with you till you die. And girls, you will never be lonely.
Apology for mispronouncing the name, Mr. Figgs. Our final Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Jeff Hood. Please. Jeff Hood is a native of Adair County with music ed degrees from Western Kentucky University and the University of Kentucky. He served as director of bands at Beechwood Independent Schools, George Rogers Clarke, and Paul Laurence Dunbar High Schools. During his 7-year tenure, the Beechwood Band grew from 28 to 96 members. While at GRC, the band won the first KMEA state championship, regional champions at 4 Bands of America regionals, and was a Grand National finalist at 5 consecutive Bands of America Grand National Championship, earning Best Marching 3 times. During his tenure at Paul Laurence Dunbar, the band was KMEA state finalist 22 years and won the large class championship 6 times. The band also won 4 Bands of America regionals. Both the George Rogers Clarke and Paul Laurence Dunbar bands marched in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And after retiring in 2015, Mr. Hood remains active in the music scene. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Hood.
Thank you so much. I'm honored and humbled to be part of this list of recipients. Not for sure why I'm here, but I do know that I love music. I started my music career when I was 10 years old. Started playing the cornet. My mother decided I wanted to play piano, so I started playing piano. I eventually started liking that, and I became the piano player for the Sunday school class. And I continued on. Did a lot of playing and stuff just like you guys do, believe it or not. Back then we had rock bands and pop bands, and I played sock ops, many sock ops. Played country clubs, played Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties. Played at Specs in Richmond, played at the Club 68 in the Golden Horseshoe in Lebanon, Kentucky. So, but after college I realized that my real passion was teaching other people how to do this. So I spent well over 40 years teaching music to young people. I'm still doing that right now. I'm teaching 5th graders through 8th graders right now how to play an instrument. And I have former students here tonight that were nominated and won an award. Really proud of them. I figured out that I taught between 5,000 and 6,000 students during my career, and people that I'm still teaching right now. And my hope is that they will continue to play music and that they will continue to love music like I do. Thank you very much.